and versus the long-term impact overall holistic, so on and so forth. Taking into account the community or the immediate area that would possibly be affected by if something unfortunate happens, accidents, terrorist attacks, so on and so forth.
We did our short form environmental evaluation. There'll be another one done once the power plant is to be permitted and all of that, which will look at. Again, there also you address concerns of the public. You talk about cost. To build the power plant here or there, with all the infrastructure required to do that, that's going to cost us about another $30 million just to move it from here to there. And I don't know, oh, that's my phone. And I don't know whether, sorry. I don't know, I do know it's not going to make a difference whether we build it here or there in terms of the concern. Because again, it has to be safe, and it is going to be a safe place to do. In terms of reliability, you're going to have one of the best reliable. We go to extra expense to put an underground line all the way to Guam Memorial Hospital, because Guam Memorial Hospital is priority 1. Your priority 1-1 or
1-1.
Yeah. So again, and so this plan being there, we can run you through a storm. We can run. So we may have to put an underground line from the substation, the line that flows through there, right to the hospital.
So just if I could summarize the position of GRMC is that again we are in favor of this, and we just want the best possible area, the safest possible area for this power plant to go up. Because again, it's a huge impact as far as our HVA hazard vulnerability analysis to have a power plant. Storage fuel right, within the immediate vicinity of the hospital. And we're not alone in that too, because right beside us there's a 5-building complex, medical complex, that is currently being built that should complement the whole services of the hospital, which is really for the island and its neighboring islands. So that's the primary message that we wanted to bring across.
Understood, and thank you for that. We will take all your comments into consideration, most especially as we look at how this plan is to be put together or so in our bid. Question, please?
When we got the letter for this meeting, we were, at the bottom of the letter it says to send your comments to Senator Tom Ada or Mr. Benavente, the manager of GPA. And I came with more comments. And you'll get after the meeting.
No problem.
Okay. We, the ancestral owners of 504015 and 504016, object to the rezoning of the nearby subject lots to allow for the construction of a new power plant. Our families have suffered enough from the taking of our lands by the military with inadequate compensation. The construction of a power plant so close to our properties is yet another taking of the peaceful enjoyment of our lands. We do not want a power plant spewing foul and detrimental emissions in our front yard. Further, we do not trust GPA to be a safe neighbor given this agency's miserable record of explosions and fires. As such, we predict that our property values will plummet down to our close proximity to a power plant. We agree completely with the position of the Guam Regional Medical City that erecting a power plant within sight and sound of a hospital and medical complex is inadequate to growing and developing the area into a new and modern medical and healthcare hub, so badly needed by all the people of Guam. Finally, a halting power plant would be an eyesore and incongruent with the popular tourist attraction, True Lovers Point and Tuman Bay. It is likely that GPA could not have picked a worse location to build a power plant, a spot overlooking the breadbasket of our economy, which is the tourism. So we urge you to prevail upon GPA to consider another site for their power plant, or better yet, invest in more sustainable solutions to meet the island's power need. And this is from the Esteban family. We are right next door to the proposal site.
Okay, thank you. Questions, anyone?
I just want to comment to, in regards to our life. No matter what we do, no matter what happened, our life is always in danger. I read in the newspaper that there's a lady that had an operation, and she was told by the doctor that everything is cleared, everything is okay. 6 months later, she died. So no matter what, we do, no matter what places they build, that we need the power plant too. Everybody needs the power plant. Nobody wants power plant next door, but what can you do? When the power is off, everybody's sad because the power is off. Nobody wants to do much. So our life is always in danger, no matter where we go, no matter what we do. Even the doctor, when they prescribe medicine, one medicine helps the heart, it destroys the other organ. So to me, there's no difference. Go ahead and build the power plant for the people of Guam. Everybody needs the power. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Sir?
Good evening, folks. I'm going to stand back here because I don't like people standing behind me. Because usually I get slapped in the back of the head. But, if I make some good comments, but I made a lot of notes here, and I hope I don't mess it up because it's pretty confusing what I wrote down here. But, just to echo what she said, and I was at the last hearing, and I brought this up about folks, we forget where we live. If you look at a map, it's a map of Guam. And if you look at it at a globe, it's even much more smaller. We forget we're not rich in land and in vastness. This is a small island. No matter where we go, north, south, central, whatever. I don't care if you come down to Galfofu, or if you go down to Marisu, or you go up north, Anderson, and we protest because we want land back here so we can build power plants or whatever. We're all going to have a complaint. We're all going to complain because our island's too small. There comes a time we're going to have to realize that we have no real choices. We have no real viable choices, Let's give these guys at least some credit that they're standing out here today and they're taking our comments and our complaints and some, yes, personal duelos or whatever. But folks, we live in Guam. Land is not that mass. And like she said, that's what life throws at us. And right now we have to deal with this. Everybody complains about power fluctuation, the power bill going up, inefficiency, smog, fog, whatever it is. These guys are coming up with solutions. Do you have a solution? And if you do, bring it forth. Because this has been going on too long. And if you don't have a solution, I welcome your comments. I enjoy these comments because this is all part of sense. Trying to make sense of things, or trying to get an answer. Or what these folks do is they've been taking all these comments and they've been coming up with, or trying to come up with a solution. We could at least hear them out. I know we're hearing out, now they're listening to us. But the bottom line is that we don't have that much land to look at. And if we're talking about the hospital, you mentioned that it's going to actually help the hospital because we're going to have more reliable power. You talk about infrastructure going up. We're gonna build, we're gonna have apartments going up and all this. All the realtors are all clapping, we're gonna. But you still need one thing. We need power. We need reliable source of power. And until we have better solutions, this is what we got right now on the plate. This is what we have. And there are some folks that are concerned about property. We all lost property to the military. And if we don't use what we have, we're going to lose more. Because they're looking to expand. And we know that. I served 30 years in the Army. And I know about military, what they need. And they're coming whether we like it or not. They're coming. And if we don't use what we have, they're going to ask for more. They're trying to be good stewards. Well, they say they are. Well, these guys are trying to be good stewards. Let's be good stewards ourselves too. Listen to what they have. You know, because I understand you folks. We lost property due to the military, and a lot of us aren't getting it back. A lot of us aren't getting it back. But there are things that we have control of. This is going to be our power plant. This is going to solve a lot of our problems. I don't know about you folks, but like I said last time, you know, I nearly cut myself trying to shave in the dark when the power went out. So ironic that we had that meeting that very same night. Sir, you think about your hospital and your concerns, I understand. But you have 2 fast-track generators there too, sir. Those generators too are just as much as of a concern as this big power plant. Because it's harder to run small generators than it is a giant power plant. If you got maybe a few men, dedicated engineers running it, well, they have a battalion of people running it. They have the experts in the field, and it's only going to complement your hospital anyhow. I mean, and folks in the area too, it's all going to be prosperity to the side. You're going to have reliable power. Why so close to the road? Well, he explained that. Why not so far back? Because, you know, it's never going to resolve or please anybody, because we all have our own vested interests. Some of us have personal interests. And this is just a time to air out a personal interest. Well, you know what, folks? For the mass, for the whole island, it's more of an interest. And it's going to be more valuable for all of us, instead of for a few of us. That's all I asked her. I was supposed to read my notes, but I can't read my own handwriting, but I get nervous. Any more? Any more?